and welcome. I'm Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, and we're pretty much exactly where we left off at the end of the last episode, where I set up my very first freight route, taking farm produce from this little farm over here to a food production factory all the way over there, and then bringing the food all the way back here to Newbury. And well, it does kind of work, as you can see. I'm getting livestock in particular and some grain. There's a lot of grain stored up there. Sorry, must stop distracting myself. That won't happen, will it? Sorry, yes, so where are we? Yeah, so it's taking all the farm produce, particularly livestock, from here all the way up there and back down again. Now, in doing that, I've made something of a hash of it, if you will, and not corned beef hash. Badoom. Yes, sorry. Okay. On the last video, a chap by the name of Robert Sullivan commented, and obviously, first off, thank you so much, Robert, for watching and commenting on the video. And he was suggesting that I'd made things slightly more complicated than I should have done, and I needed to rearrange the routes to get the best out of it. And he's absolutely right. Now, I'm not, I think, going to do exactly what I believe Robert was suggesting in his comment, but he did get me thinking that what I've been doing is playing this game as if it's train fever, and it's not. It's transport fever, and that has a whole different logic when it comes to freight, in particular for freight. And the most important thing here in this game, which actually in fact is a bit like, as I remember, Train Fever was when they first released it, is that your freight wagons, either the trucks, the lorries, or the wagons on the trains, can carry almost any different type of cargo. They're not fixed like they were in the later releases of Train Fever when they updated it. And what that means is I don't need all this track. Now, unfortunately, to fix it, to make the route somewhat more efficient and hopefully more profitable, is going to cost me money, and that rearrangement is going to be the focus of this episode. And in particular, one annoying little feature that I discovered when I first tried to fix this route off camera. I have actually tried to record this once before, and it just went so horribly wrong. I scratched that, went back and did some research, and I think I've worked out what I need to do to make this work. So anyway, the first thing, let's stop the game for a second, because I need to, in the first instance, set the cargo delivery in Newbury. As we can see, let's get the areas up. The food is required by, that's food there, a little loaf of bread, by commercial buildings, which are these blue ones. Now, my train station here, which receives the food coming down from Exeter, only services these few buildings here, so I'm not getting deliveries to the bulk of the commercial district. So what I need to do is have a little delivery route set up, a whole bunch of little white van men, I think that's the appropriate plural, delivering food to the town. And what I can do here, I think I mentioned this in the last video, is I can use the bus stops for delivering food. And the question is, can my existing bus stops do that for me? And I think they probably can by the look of that. So that covers all that. That one covers that, but I'm missing out that bit there. What does that one do? Oh, that does a lot. Or that one? No, I think we'll use that far one there. Okay, so the thing is, do I use the... Right, first thing... Right, sorry, I'm getting myself carried away. Okay, the first thing to do is to get a proper cargo station set up. Oh, and I need more money because I'm running out. Again, I need to top up that loan. Right, so we need to get this set here. Hang on, have I got something? What's I've got that station turned on. I need to get rid of that. So I've got my money. So sorry, let's get that truck stop. So let's get that back on so I can see exactly what I'm dealing with. Right, so that again deals with all that. Will that... oh, I don't know. Will that work? I'm not sure. Okay, well, let's see how much. So that's... ooh, that's a bit pricey. That's cheaper. Do I need that? No, I don't need that route, that track to come out to this side of the town, so I can put it. Oh, that's nice and cheap. I approve of that. Okay, so... oh. Yeah, again, you can just tell it just lights up. Yeah, those two should be in the same catchment area, so they should... what happens is that food comes in, is dropped off by the train here, and then because this truck stop here is within that station's catchment area, it should receive the food as well automatically, I think. I hope. Okay, so what I'll do actually is I'll put I won't mix it up with all the passenger stops. I'll put another bus stop here, and I need to remember which side of the road things travel on. I think that's there, so we'll put that there. Then I can set up a new route. Don't like that colour, it's too pale. Let's go hard brown. Okay, so this will be my Newbury food distribution. I spelled that correctly? Probably. No. That's the trouble, isn't it? You get so used to spell checkers that when they're not there, you get horribly... well, I get horribly lost. Okay, so it starts there, goes to there. Oh, I am on the right side of the road. Correct. Excellent. Goes there. No, what sort of nonsense is that? I need to be on that one. Oh, why is it doing that? Am I missing any out? I'm not. That is taking a ridiculously circuitous route to get there, isn't it? Well, as long as it works, I suppose. They are on both sides of the road, aren't they? Down there, so I'm not sure why it's not stopping at that one. Not sure what I wanted it to do, but there you are. Okay, so that will give food deliveries. Where's the depot? There it is. I'd buy a freight wagon. Again, we don't need to choose what cargo it carries. It can carry anything, and of course it will be my corporate red colour. Okay, and we will set that to the Newbury food distribution line. Ooh. I always forget this. I have a terrible memory to start with. Right, okay, so that will go off, and that will wait here until there's enough food, hopefully, to carry off around the town. Now, what I plan to do is have the food delivered from the farm, not... actually, I can change that route right now, can't I? Not here, but to here, so that the train can take it up that way. And that's where the complication comes in, as you will see shortly. So what I need to do, that's not you, I want you, farm supply, thank you. So what we're doing here is we're not going to the Newbury Exchange. We will in fact deliver our food here. So the food will arrive here, and the trains will then take it up and back again, and I can actually use the same trains for in both directions, because the wagons that they're carrying while they're waiting for the train to arrive. Let's have a quick check into the train depot and you'll see what I mean, if you're not already ahead of me, that is. So we're looking for freight. Okay, so these wagons here can carry livestock and food, and depending on what is actually available at the station, it will pick it up. So if there's no livestock to pick up but there is food, it will bring food. If there's no food but there is livestock, it will take the livestock. Now unfortunately it's not going to take grain. Where's the grain wagon? Where is the grain wagon? See that one? There it is. Yeah, so I may actually not take any grain at all in future, just so I'm not wasting money on wagons that I'm not going to be filling all the time. So it will just be livestock. So we're going to be taking cattle from the farm and creating burgers or steaks or something. Okay, now I'm going to wait for this train here. Let's speed him up a little bit more to take that food up there and get past that junction, and once that's happened I can reset the route, and then you'll see the little problem that we have. I imagine there's no food here yet. Sort of because I'm starting right at the beginning of the game in 1850. It's only 1853 at the moment. That's the year, not time, in case you were wondering. Everything is so slow, so that train is taking forever to get up there. Once he's done that, I can reset his route, but I'll do that after I sorted this station out. Okay, now one of the great... well, actually, do I want to do that? I'm changing my mind already. No, I will. I'll do it like I wanted to start with. It's going to cost me more money, but you've got to spend to accumulate, apparently. Okay, so one of the things we can do in Transport Fever, which we couldn't do... actually, one thing I'll remember to do. This is an annoying bug, which I think they should fix. Well, an annoying feature is that when I turn this off, to say don't show me the red numbers, the costs of all my vehicles and stuff, just show me the green numbers, which is the income, it doesn't remember that setting between saves. So I've got to remember, because I don't like seeing red numbers popping up all the time, I've got to remember to turn it off for each game I play, and that's annoying. I'm not used to having to remember stuff. Anyway, one of the things we can... why do I keep changing the subject? I've no idea. I've done it again. One of the things we can do in Transport Fever, which we couldn't do in the old game, is we can upgrade in situ. I can upgrade my station and add a second platform, make it longer, add a second street connection. Let's get that out of the way. On there, I can... oh, I can't make it that long, actually. That's annoying, actually. That it's stretched out. Goes in both directions. That's cute. Right, but the main thing I'm here to do is add that second platform, which means I can handle 2 or more, hopefully, trains as we go through, and that will cost me 128k. Well, cost worth paying. Okay, now the problem we have is that what I would normally do at this point is run that track out there like that, place that in situ, and then put a diamond crossing in so the trains can use both sides of the track. They'll come in on one side and go out on the other side. But I've discovered that if there's any sort of slope, or even more than a cursory corner or curve in the track, the game engine will not let you create a diamond junction. And that's, compared to Train Fever, extraordinarily annoying, because Train Fever was much less tolerant. Okay, in Train Fever you couldn't do that. You couldn't run tracks across each other in any random direction you liked. But the fact that it's made diamonds, which are such a staple of route design, they've made diamonds so much more difficult, is, to say the least, annoying. Yeah, so what I've got to do, I'm afraid, is spend money by deleting all this track. That should be enough, I hope, and perhaps even flattening out some of this. Okay, and what I need to do to make this diamond work is to make sure that the track, now you see there it's going down, that's the automatic routing. Now I think if I'd actually said just create me a flat route from the station like that, it would have worked, but those things are always more expensive, which is why we do it in small sections. which means the track is a bit up and down, but if you're careful it's not too big a deal. But that does mean that if you want a diamond crossing in there, you're stuffed. So it needs to be flat. I think, from what I've read on the community forums and so on, is if there's a very slight slope you might get away with it. But my playing around with this game so far, that's not been the case, and I'm going to hope that that slight curve there, it will let me get away with. He said hopefully. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so the two tracks are together. Okay, so that's a slow crossing there because it's short, but that's where we are. You see, construction not possible. Then again, in the old game, you wouldn't get the blue dot. You couldn't just create track anywhere you liked, which means it can be difficult sometimes to spot exactly where you want to take off. But there is a little sort of whatever point, that's what it is, a point there, so you know roughly where you need to take off, and it's worked. Oh, that's a relief. You may not believe the almost hours I spent trying to work this out before. Right, now that means I've got a thundering great incline there to get down, so this extra bit of track is costing me a lot of money. And it's done that, and it's made it slow because it's all curvy now. If I take that bit more out, can I make it straighter? I don't know. That's a little bit faster. We'll accept that, but it's, look at that, that's expensive. And there's no real way of avoiding that, I think. Again, if anyone who's, I've not played this game for very long, to be honest, not properly. So if there's anyone else out here who's got more experience of laying these tracks and resolving these sort of issues, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so we need to join this track up, so we'll take you out and join you there. Okay. And that means we also need to change our food supply train line. That's the farm produce one there, to go from the Exeter Annex, which was sorry, it needs to go from Newbury. I've changed that to there. So rather than going down here, which you can't do anymore, it needs to pick its food up from here, which is the Commerce Park, and that will be a full load, and we're not going to the Newbury Exchange anymore. Excellent. Right, so as you can see, we've got the farm produce train, which is the red one, going up on one side of the tracks, and the other one coming down the other side, which is exactly what we want. Now, how's that panning out up here actually? Which is, what am I talking about? It's not exactly what we want. What we want them to do is come up one way and go down the other way. Otherwise, that way I can get more trains on here, basically. So I'm going to need to do a similar thing here with the trains. Sorry, with the tracks, diamond crossing here, so we can get a proper two-way traffic on these two lines. Which train are you? You're the Newbury food, so you're picking up food from here. Is there any food to pick up? No. Well, that's good, isn't it? So you'll sit there for a while waiting, so I can pause the game. And again, you'll see what happens here is, because it's difficult to tell here, which is a bit easier here than it was down near Newbury, that slope is going to cause me problems. So if I try and build my diamond here, and you see how it's embanking the track there. Too much slope. You think, well, what the heck are you talking about? You've built it, you've done it once, stop it. But it doesn't, so I'm running out of money again already. This track building is expensive. Okay, so we'll delete this again. I might have to delete even more because of these weird inclines that I've got. Actually, what if I come up from here? Yeah, the trouble is Exeter is quite high compared to down there. And how much actually? I'm just wondering if it'd be quicker and easier to have the diamond here slightly away from the station or not. No, I'm going to do it up here. That's where it belongs probably. Okay, but as you see, it's annoyingly higher than that bit of track. I hope I can get it back down again. But again, I think it will be a short and slow diamond. Okay, I've just managed that. Can I bring you back? I can. That's a relief. Okay, now too much slope. Ah, yes, these are the good old days of train fever, where it was much less tolerant of slopes on tracks, but limited what you could do with the tracks. No, I'm going to have to go to more. Now that I've learnt this, hopefully when I design stations in future, too much slope. Holy moly, what the devil? That is ridiculous. Can't be too much slope, surely. Wow. That is... It might have been cheaper to delete the station and start again. Oh no, it's going to cause me trouble. I know it. Right, now is it going to let me? No. Oh, this is frustrating. Because I tried this in another attempt at this. I'm sorry, the mouse is going because I'm much happier using the mouse to pick choices rather than using the keyboard. I could use the B icon for the bulldozer, but I always use the mouse, which is why my map is always slewing all over the place. Yeah, you see, it's screwed up the road. But what you can do, delete the road, which introduces another feature of the game, which is this flashing "oh my goodness" exclamation warning icon at the top here, which tells me I've messed something up. So train 3 has a problem. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's complaining about that. That's fair enough. Oh, it's not right. Yeah, in the old game, if you attempted to delete a main road, yay! But I haven't got enough. 130. Oh, it's truth. You remember how careful I was in the previous episodes drawing those train tracks and those train lines to make sure I didn't spend too much money? Well, yeah. This better work. Right. Sorry, what was it? Oh yes, you in the vanilla game Train Fever, you couldn't. In construction, not possible. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, don't give me that. B. Remember that. Okay, maybe that's the problem. It used to be. So what was I saying? Oh yes, in Train Fever, the vanilla version, as originally released, you could not delete a main road between two towns because they didn't belong to you. They belonged to the town council, kind of thing. Okay, that warning's gone away. Excellent. Right, let's get the game going again. If I look at my lines... Oh, you need signals. That's what you need. So it knows which direction to travel in. I'm going to keep to my European travelling on the left. Ooh, except you can't put signals that close to the station. Oh, this is successful, isn't it? Okay, so we're coming in on the left. So I will put you there. And I'll put you there as a kind of release to say you've gone out and past that. Now, how does that affect the line? Right, excellent. So we've now got our proper two-way traffic. I'll do the signals at the other end as well. And here's our train coming in. Or we'll go full speed, shall we? Now, is he actually carrying anything? 8 livestock. That's something, I suppose. Okay, right, sorry. Yes, so I'll do the signals at the diamond junction at the other side, and that will complete, that's the road, that will complete the layout of this new line. Can I put a signal in here? Oh, just about. And also there. Okay. Again, I'm kind of messing with the game's internal preferences. It's a driving on the right system, as Europeans do, as opposed to the left, which is what we do in the UK, as you probably already know from watching a lot of these videos and being familiar with traffic laws around the world already. So let's check my train. That's not a train. That's a train. So why is he sat waiting there? Because I paused the game, that's why. And there he goes back. Okay, now what I will do is I will replace those 2 grain containers with livestock food containers from here, so that it can actually carry livestock and food, and I'm not going to waste time on grains, as I said earlier, which should hopefully maximise the profit possibilities from the route, really, so, or at least wastage, because as you saw, the trucks delivering the farm produce weren't delivering in equal measures. They were delivering far more livestock than they were grain to the station. Okay, now the next thing I need to do is fix those wagons. I will also remove the train station and the truck stop by the farm, because I don't need that anymore, so there's no point in paying for it. So I'll delete that off camera. That's a trivial exercise. And what I'll do is I'll end this episode here. Quite a simple, short one, just going through that one issue, really. So almost a tutorial in drawing diamond junctions in the new Transport Fever. And once again, thank you to Robert for just reminding me, pointing out that I'm not playing the game as it's at its best. I've been focusing and thinking too much of the old game. I'm slowly getting into the logic of this. Well, it takes me a while. I'm a bit old, a bit slow, like these trains. Well, the trains are slow anyway. They're not old yet. So I will leave this here, and in the next episode we will expand our freight network. We will start delivering more goods to more places, and we will revisit the passenger route, because that's picking up a lot actually. We're getting a lot of passengers, particularly in Coventry, wanting to travel to Newbury. That's where the food is, after all. So we'll take a look at that perhaps in the next episode. But for now, from me, Ajaxpost, thank you so much for watching this little video, joining me today. If you've enjoyed it, do please leave us a like. It'd be very much appreciated. Any thoughts, comments, corrections or suggestions be much appreciated. They honestly, they really are, just to keep me on track, as it were, and playing the game at its best. Actually, I'll do something else here in a second. I'll get this train back so I can get the wagon sorted out. And if you've not done so already, please do subscribe. Sorry, I can't do 2 things at the same time. Right, can you get to... Yeah, you can get. So I'll just take that train into the depot just quickly and replace those grain wagons with livestock. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and I will see you in the next episode of Transport Fever. So until then, where's he going? Oh heck. I'll deal with him in a minute. For now, from the Ajaxpost, bye bye.